Hi there, Internet. My name's Court, and you've got courtside seats for my review of Godzilla vs. Kong. Let's do it. Godzilla vs. Kong is an action sci-fi thriller from director Adam Wingard and Warner Brothers. The movie stars Alexander Skarsgard, Millie Bobby Brown, Rebecca Hall, Brian Tyree Henry, Shun Oguri, Eiza Gonzalez, Julian Dennison, Kyle Chandler, Demian Bichir, and Kaylee Hottle. The epic next chapter in the cinematic Monsterverse pits two of the greatest icons in motion picture history against one another, the fearsome Godzilla and the mighty Kong, with humanity caught in the balance. So I'm not like a huge kaiju fan. I don't have anything against those movies, but I certainly haven't seen all of them. I don't know all the mythology, not even close. But I have seen all the movies in this specific franchise, and I do enjoy the concept of giant monsters punching each other in the face. Who wouldn't? So yeah, I was looking forward to this flick. And yeah, while it did get pretty silly there for a bit, more on that later, I had a good time with this movie. Yeah, it's ridiculous, but it's fun. I thought all of the acting in this flick was perfectly adequate. Nobody really stood out, but certainly nobody was bad. They really kind of kept the focus on the monsters, and to that I say, good call. Well done, sir. That said, Brian Tyree Henry was my favorite member of the cast. He's only been on my radar for a handful of years, but I've come to really like him. I think he's really talented. He was the comic relief in this flick, and I thought he was really funny. I will say that I did find the story to be a little bit bloated, like there's just a lot going on, and some of the plot lines suffer for it. Kyle Chandler's character is reduced to like almost background, and even the Millie Bobby Brown, Brian Tyree Henry, Julian Dennison storyline gets a little lost in the mix. But nobody goes into a movie like this for the human story. We're here for the monster fights, and the monster fights are awesome. They're huge, they're bombastic, the level of destruction reminded me considerably of Man of Steel, and there were actually moments in here that reminded me of Justice League, but this is a spoiler-free review, so I can't tell you why. And visually, this movie is pretty crazy. I thought the visual effects looked really great. Kong and Godzilla both looked pretty darn realistic, and I feel like the filmmakers knew and had faith in their visual effects because they didn't hide everything in rain and smoke and darkness. There were scenes in bright daylight, and they looked really good. And I loved the way this movie was shot. There were some really cool camera moves, some really great tracking shots, with one in particular during the final showdown that I thought was absolutely amazing. I will say the score and the soundtrack really didn't do much for me. I straight up didn't like the Godzilla theme, and there were a lot of really bizarre needle drops like using pop songs, and it just felt out of place. Sure, Kong Skull Island had pop songs, but those were mostly surrounding people moments, not monster moments, which feels more natural. Here we have Kong like running around his island doing his daily routine, but with a pop song, and it felt so weird. It almost felt like they were trying to go for like a Marvel movie kind of thing, and it didn't work for me at all. As I alluded to earlier, some of this movie gets incredibly silly, like bordering on ridiculousness or absurdity. It leans into the sci-fi very heavily, as it should, but it also at times gets almost like fantasy, and it was a bit much for me. There's a place that Kong goes and he retrieves this item, and I was like, this is ridiculous. This is so silly. But at the end of the day, it is a movie about a giant gorilla fighting a giant radioactive lizard, so I guess it's not meant to be taken too seriously in the first place. Overall, I had a lot of fun with Godzilla vs. Kong. It's big, it's loud, it's ferocious, and I like that. I will say I do wish I could have seen it on the big screen, but alas, here we are. And if you have HBO Max or Crave in Canada, it's not going to cost you anything extra, so if you dig these kinds of movies, heck yeah, I say check it out. Now, I don't have a proprietary rating system as of yet, so I'm just trying to figure out what I'm going to give Godzilla vs. Kong, and I think I'm going to give Godzilla vs. Kong a out of 10. So now, I want to know, have you seen Godzilla vs. Kong? What did you think about it? Which team were you on? Team Godzilla? Team Kong? Whatever your thoughts, hit the comments below. Let's discuss. If you enjoyed this review, please smash that like button and give a share if you really enjoyed it. And hey, why not take a second, do me a favor, click subscribe and ring that bell to subscribe to my channel for more movie reviews, entertainment news, trailer reactions, all that good stuff. Hope you guys are all safe and healthy. Thanks very much for watching. I will see you all in the next one. Take care.